Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Flanders here, back at it with you guys for another round of reading and spelling. Today we are going to be working on our R worksheet. So please make sure you've got this worksheet in front of you along with this lovely worksheet here for spelling. And we will go over it in just a moment. I'm excited. Hope you guys are too. Alright, lords and ladies, let's go ahead and jump into day 3 here with our ELA studies. We're going to start off with this lovely worksheet that has the AR sound we're going to be working with. Now, obviously we know the A sound can either make the A or the A sounds. And the R makes the R sound. It doesn't go it goes R. But if you put the A and the R together, these two letters make the R sound, kind of like a pirate. R, R, R. Okay? Now, before we really delve into that too much, though, for this worksheet, let's go ahead and start off by writing our names. So I gotta know who's doing the work, guys. Mr. Flanders. Okay. So, our directions are: circle the words in the jar that have the R sound. Then write the words you circled. Okay? So you'll notice in the jar we have a bunch of words. Not all of the words have the AR sound, the R sound. They might have an R letter, but does the R letter make the R sound? No. I've already told you. It goes R. But when you put an A and an R together, that's when we get the R sound. So what I'm going to do, though, is before I start writing anything over here, I'm going to look for words in the jar that have just the AR. And before I even circle them, I'm going to make sure they have the AR, and I'm going to underline the AR, just like this. Okay? So let's go ahead and start with our first word that we see here. Arms, farms. Does it have the AR sound, the R sound? Yes, it does. You can see that it matches right there. So I'm going to underline that one. Okay, and then you know what? Let's go over here. We're going to circle it. Might as well. That is a fantastic circle. Don't make fun of it. Okay, I can hear some of you. You're laughing. Nope, that's a circle. Let's look at the next word. Car. Car. Does car have the R sound? Yes, it does. You can see it matches right there. Okay, so I'm going to underline, and then I'm going to circle car. R. Okay. Our next word. Yard. Yard. Does yard have the AR sound in there? Yard. I think so. I'm going to underline it. And you can see it matches. I'm going to go ahead and circle that. Okay. I think right now is a good time for us to take a break from circling, and we're going to write down these three words. We're going to start with arms, farms. Here we go. Make a big F. And then I'm going to make my R sound, the AR together. And then the M's. Arms, farms. Good work. Alright, our next word. R. R. Car. We're going to write car right here. If you'll notice, guys, I'm trying to keep most of my lowercase letters underneath or on this middle line. I would like you to practice that as well. So we've written k, r, car. And then our third word, yard, yard, yard. Let's go ahead and write that. Bring down our little monkey tail. Yard, yard, yard. Man, I'm going to talk like a pirate all day now, because that AR always sticks in my head. Arr! Army mateys! Okay. Go ahead and take a second, finish that up. And then we're going to move on to the next word. Okay, and don't worry if you're not quite done yet, feel free to pause the video and catch up with us in just a second. Okay, but we're going to move on. The next word we're looking at starts with the B sound. B, R, ing. B, R, ing. Bring. Does bring have the R sound? It has an R, but it doesn't make the R sound. So we will not circle bring. Let's look at this word. And we can tell that it has the line over the O, so it's going to make the O sound. This O and the R together are going to kind of make the OR sound. K, orn, corn. Does orn have the R sound? R, R, far. Does far have the R sound? Yes, it does. So we're going to underline that AR. We're going to circle the word. Let's go ahead and look at this word next. And remember, we've got this line over this A, so it's going to make the A sound. And this little tiny baby E is not going to make a sound. L, A, K, lake. Do we hear the R sound in lake? Nope. I don't think so. So we do not circle lake. What about over here? Again, we've got the OR together, which is making the OR sound, because this is a long O, so it's OR, OR. We've got a little tiny baby E, and then we've also got the SH, which blends together to say sh. So let's listen for that R sound in this word. Sh, or, sh, or, shore. Do we hear R in shore? Nope. It's close, but it doesn't say the R sound. So we don't underline or circle. Let's look at the next word. Art. Art. Start. Do we hear that R sound in start? We do. So let's go ahead and underline that R sound and then circle it. And let's go ahead and write our two new words that we haven't written down yet. We've got far and start. I'm going to start with far. F-A-R. R. And then start. S-T-R-T. Start. Good work, my friends. Go ahead and take a second, finish that up. Let's look at the next one, my friends. Or. T, or. Do we hear R in tor? T, or. Nope, I don't think so. There's no R sound in tor, so we're going to move on. Ooh, this word. I love this word. This is a great word. Alright, the D makes the D sound, so D. R. K. D. R. K. Do we hear the R sound in D? R. K. Dark? Yes, we do. Go ahead and underline it, and then circle it. Very good. How about this word? S-ad. S-ad. Sad. Do we hear R in sad? Nope, not at all. So let's go ahead and move on to the next word. K-R-D. K-R-D. Card. Do we hear R in k-ard? Card? Yes, we do. Go ahead and underline it. And circle it. And let's go ahead and write these two down. We've got dark and card. D R K, dark. And then we had card. K R D, card. All right. Only a few more to go, guys. We're doing really good. Let's keep on trucking. Next word. Or. Or. For. For. Do we hear R in for? Nope. What about her? Her. Nope, we've got the sound, but not the R sound, and that's what we're looking for. And we can tell, too, because these do not match these letters. Okay. Couple more. Let's look at frog. Frog. Does frog have the R sound? Nope, not at all. How about R T R T, tart? Does tart have the AR sound? Yep, it does. It's the R sound. Underline and circle. Alright, and then our next one. Arm. Yep, arm has the R sound. I heard somebody yell out, "Oh, there it is, there it is!" Good job. Alright, we're going to go ahead and write these two down. We've got tart, T, R, T, and R, arm. Good. Alright, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more words. Let's see how many more R words we can find. We've got the CH together, which makes the ch sound. So ch, R, Does charm have the R sound? Yes, it does, so let's underline the R sound and circle. Boop. And then, our next word, B-R-N. B-R-N. Does barn have the R sound? Yes, it does. So underline and circle. We're going to write down charm and barn on our list here. So we've got charm. We're going to make that CH sound, that ch. R. Charm. And then we've got barn. Here we go. Barn. And we've got two words left. P-R-T. P-R-T. Does part have the AR sound? Yes, it does. Underline and circle. And then we're going to look at our last word. R-am. Ram. Does R-am, ram, have that R sound? Nope, it does not. So our last word we need to write on our list is p-art. Part. Part. P-art. Go ahead and take a moment and finish that up. And then we're going to move on to our spelling in just a second. Ooh. Ah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle it around. If you didn't finish, that's fine. Go ahead and pause the video and copy the words down. Make sure you're looking for the words that have the R sound. The R sound. Here we go. Okay. For our spelling today, you'll notice that there is a letter bank here. A letter bank is a place where letters are held until we can put them in the right words. Okay? So before we get started on that, let's go ahead and write our name at the top. I am Mr. Flanders. Remember, I cannot grade your work if I don't know who it belongs to. Mr. Flanders. Alright. So, we have our 8 spelling words, and each word is missing a letter. And it is our job to plug in the missing letters. Now, what I'm going to do, my friends, is I'm going to do the first 1, 2, 3, 4 with you, and then I want you to do 5, 6, 7, and 8 on your own. Okay? That is going to be your test today with this. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but Mr. Flanders, I don't have the words in front of me. I can't see what letter might be missing. And that is completely okay. What I would like you to do is flip to the page that looks like this. Okay? And you can use this to help you find those missing letters. Okay? So let's go ahead and look at number 1. Number 1 has k blank t, k blank t. Now before we go look at that list, let's go ahead and go through some of the letters and their sounds to see if those sounds might fit. So let's try k, e, t, k, e, t, cat. Does that sound like a real word? No. So it wouldn't be the E. How about M? K, M, T. Kmt. No, that doesn't sound like a good word. How about, let's try this A. K-at. K-at. Cat. Does that sound like a good word? It does. Now, before I write that letter in, I'm going to look at my list, and I'm going to see if we have the word cat. And we do. It's word number 5. K-at. Cat. Boom. So I'm going to go ahead and write that A there. And it's going to be a capital A right now because it's a capital A up here. So what I'm going to do, since I've used this letter, I'm going to circle it to show that I've already used it. Alright? Let's go ahead and move on to number 2. Number 2 is blank. Blank. Well, we could do this a couple different ways. Again, we could look at our spelling list that we have from earlier in our packet, or we could also try some of these sounds in there. Let's go ahead and try a couple of the sounds first, and then if we can't find it, we'll go ahead and move on to our spelling list. Let's go ahead and use the H. Huh. Huh. Hoof. That's not a word. How about S? That's not a word either. Alright, how about we try the E? F. Well, no, that's just making the F sound like the letter F. I'm stumped on this one, guys. Let's look at our list. Let's look for a word that has an F in it. Does anybody see it? It is number 2. Boom. Right there, guys. And it looks like we need the letter O, because it's making the sound. Now, I know it's going to sound like it's saying off, but it's actually of. Okay? Of. So, go ahead and write that O in there for the word of. See, sometimes our sounds can get a little tricky, and they start to sound like other letters. We've just got to try to see what works and makes sense. Okay? Let's look at number 3. Now, number 3 is a word that could have a couple of different answers. And I'm going to make it, where you can hear that. All right? So number 3 has blank at. Blank at. Well, we could do at. At. Mat. Okay, that could work. Or at. At. Sat. Now see, either one of those letters could fit right there. Alright? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle the M. And I'm going to use the M right here. At. Mat. Alright? So that was an easy one. And then we're going to move on to another one. This is number 4. This is the last one we're doing together. Alright, this word would usually sound a different way, but it can be said 2 different ways. So if you'll notice, there's the TH together, which makes the th sound. Th. And if we use the here, it would say the, the. Now, that's not really how you would say that word, though, because we know that if we put an E here, it would actually be the word the. The. which is one of our spelling words. You can see that as number 1. The. But the word the can be said a couple different ways. You could say it the, like I went to the park, or I went to the park. Most everybody says it the, and that is completely okay. It's just one of those words that can be said a couple of different ways. Alright, lords and ladies, I am going to wrap up this lesson right now, though. Remember, the deal was I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and I would like you to do 5, 6, 7, 8 on your own. Okay? I'm going to get heading off for now, though. But if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out over Class Dojo. I am here to help. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next lesson. I appreciate your hard work, and I just want you to, just to know that you are working so incredibly hard, and I love it. It's really great. I will see you guys later in the next lesson. Hey everybody, Mr. Flanders here, and welcome to day 3 of Math at Home using our learning packets. Today, if I could please get everybody to pull out this version of 7A and 7B. I know that we have another worksheet in our packet that's 7A and 7B, but today we're going to be focused on class fact practice, not the guided class practice. Alright, that was yesterday. So please pull this out and join me in just a moment on how to do our class fact practice. Alright guys and gals, let's go ahead and look at Class Fact Practice 7A. Before we get started on it though, we need to start by writing our names at the top of the paper. Mr. Flanders. And we are going to write the date today using digits. And if we did that, it'd be 8 for August, 26, because it's Wednesday the 26th, and then 20 for 2020. Okay? That is how we write the date using digits. Now, if you look at this worksheet, you'll notice it's very similar to the worksheet we did the other day. Some of the problems are moved around, though. It's a bit of a change, but this is all stuff we should be able to do. Now, we can do this a couple different ways. Today, though, I really want to focus on using I really want to focus on using the number line. Alright, so for 6 plus 6, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my number line. Okay. And, it's blurry! Haha, I fixed it. Oh, it's still kind of blurry. Why is that doing that? Weird. Alright, so for 6 plus 6, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the 6 on the number line, which is right here. And then if you remember, I'm going to add 6 by going 6 spots on the number line. Alright? Let's try it. So we got 6 plus 6, we find the 6, and then we move to the right 6 spots. Here we go. This is how we're going to add it up. So we're at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, it blurred us out. Unblur. My goodness. That was craziness. I apologize, guys. Alright, so if you didn't see that, we started at 6, and then we moved over 6 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so 6 plus 6 is 12. So we're going to write the number 12 on a paper. Oh my goodness, why are you not cooperating today? I apologize, guys. The camera's being a little silly. Alright, better. So yes, 6 plus 6 is 12. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the second problem. And this one, as I've told you before, is the most famous math problem in history. What is 2 plus 2? Do we even need the number line for that? No. 2 plus 2 is 4. Boom. Good job. All right. Next up is 9 plus 9. All right, so 9 plus 9. What we're going to do is we're going to look for the number 9 on the number line, and we're going to move to the right 9 spots. So we're at 9. Here we go. So we're at 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've gone over 9 spots. We've added 9 spots, and we ended on what number? 18. So 9 plus 9 is? It's 18. So I'm going to write 1 and an 8. Oh, why is this not cooperating today? Alright guys, sorry for the pause in the video real quick. I was getting really frustrated with the camera blurring, so I've tried to change some of the lighting around, so hopefully that'll help. Alright? So, just to reiterate, just to restate, 9 plus 9 equals 18. I got that by going to the 9 spot on the number line and moving over 9 spots, adding 9 spots to the right. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright? Good. Our next problem is 0 plus 0. Well, we don't need the number line for that. Alright? We already know what that answer is. 0 plus 0 is 0, because you cannot add 0. You can't add 0, you can't take away 0. 0 is nothing. It's like if I said, hey, if I'm going to give you $0, I want you to go run down to McDonald's and buy me a burger with $0. You're not going to get a burger for $0 because they're not going to give you anything. Alright? You need money. Alright. Next one. 4 plus 4. Alright, for this one, let's go ahead and look at the 4 on the number line and move over 4 spots. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. That is correct. Boom, baby. Alright. We're just chugging along on this one. Alright, next one. 8 plus 8. 8 plus 8. So we're going to find the 8 on the number line. And we're going to move over 8 spots. Here we go. So we're at 8, moving over 8 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 8 is? So we're going to write 1 and a 6. Good job. All right. What about 1 plus 1? What is 1 plus 1, everybody? Do you remember? Well, we don't even need to make tally marks for this because it's basically its own tally mark. So 1 plus 1 is 2. I can count it. 1, 2. 2. Boom. All right. Next up, 7 plus 7. Let's go ahead and look at the number 7 here on the number line. And we're going to go to the right 7 spots. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 plus 7 is 14. That is correct. All right. Next one. 5 plus 5. All right. I think we're pretty good with 5 plus 5. I don't know if we're going to need the number line for this one. What do you guys think? Some of my friends say yes, some of my friends say no. I think we'll use the number line for this one, but this is a pretty easy question. It's almost as popular as 2 plus 2. Alright, so 5 plus 5. I'm at 5 on the number line. And I'm going to add 5 to it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. 5 plus 5 is? It's 10. Okay. Next up, 3 plus 3. Alright, we can do this a couple different ways. We do tally marks, we can count on our fingers, but I think since we got the number line out, we're just going to use the number line for this one. So here we go. 3 plus 3, we're going to find the 3 on the number line, and we're going to go over to the right 3 spots. So we're at 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. Alright, look at that. We're already almost halfway done with the worksheet. Good job. Alright, 7 plus 7 again. Ooh, didn't we just do that one? Do we remember what the answer is? If we remember what the answer is, we don't have to use the number chart, or the number line. That's right, 7 plus 7 is 14. We didn't have to count on the number line, but we also did just do the same problem. So we know 7 plus 7 is 14. Alright. What about 0 plus 0? We just went over that one a minute ago too. If I had $0, can I add $0 to it? No, because that's nothing. 0 plus 0 is nothing. It's 0. Big fat goose egg. Alright. 8 plus 8. Now this is another one we just did. Okay? But I'm going to remind you, what you're going to do is you're going to find the 8 on the number line. If you forget, okay, you're going to find the 8 and then you move over to the right 8 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 plus 8 is 16. Very good. Alright, next one. 1 plus 1. What is that one, guys? 2. Boom. Alright. 6 plus 6. We did that question at the very start of our paper. It's at the very top of our paper. It's this first question. What is 6 plus 6? 12 is the correct answer. 6 plus 6 is 12. Alright? Very good. Alright. Next up. 4 plus 4. What is 4 plus 4? Well, we've already done this one on the worksheet once. If you remember, you may write the answer down. If you forgot, follow along as I find it on the number line. So 4 plus 4. I'm at 4 on the number line, and I'm going to go to the right 4 spots. I'm going to add 4 spots to it. Here we go. So we're at 4. We're going to add 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. That is right. Next up, 9 plus 9. Alright, we did that one at the top of the page, but if you forgot, which you might have, and that's okay, let's go ahead and find the 9 on the number line, and we're going to add 9 to it. Are you ready? Here we go. So we're at 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We are at 9 plus 9, that is 18. That is where we're at, is 18. Boom. Alright. And that, oh, we did it again, guys. What do we got there? It is 2 plus 2. What is 2 plus 2? It is 4. That is right. Now, what about 5 plus 5? We did that one just a minute ago. 5 plus 5 is 10. Good work. What about 3 plus 3? 3 plus 3 is 6. That's right. And just in case you need to remember, you can always find that 3 on the number line and go over 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. Alright. Last row. Okay? And these are all problems we've done before. So we're just going to speed through them real quick. Okay? 7 plus 7 is... It is 14. That's right, because we just did that one again just a minute ago. 1 plus 1, 2. 6 plus 6 is Okay, some of you, ooh, I heard 11. Ooh, that's not the right answer. All right, so we got 6 plus 6. 6 is here on the number line, okay? And we are going to move over 6 spots. So we're at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 plus 6 is 12. That's right. 12. I'm going to move this up here in case we need to use it. What is 3 plus 3, my friends? 3 plus 3 is 6. We just did that one in the last row. And then our last question. 8 plus 8. What is 8 plus 8? Well, we've done it a couple times on this worksheet, but just to remind you how to use the number line, we're going to go find 8 on the number line, and we're going to move to the right 8 spots. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 plus 8 is 16. Very good, guys. Very good. All right, and if you're taking a couple extra minutes to finish up, that is absolutely fine. All right, there's no major rush. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the number line away for a minute. Okay, and then I'm going to remind you that not only do you have 7A to do, you should have just done 7A with me, but you also have 7B you need to work on at home on your own. Okay, this is for you to do. After you are done, ask mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever's at home with you, ask them to take a look at your worksheet and see how you did. Okay? That is it for me, though, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to leave you to it, and I will see you all in the next lesson. Stay safe. Hey everybody, Mr. Flanders here, back at it again with day 3 of social studies. If you'd be so kind as to pull out this worksheet here for our school timeline. This is what we'll be working on today, all right? And I'm really excited to see how we do on it. All right, guys and gals, let's go ahead and take a look at our day 3 assignment for social studies. First thing we're going to do, though, obviously, and we're going to do this for every worksheet we see ever, is write our names. So, my name is Mr. Flanders. You already know that. I've said it 27 times so far this week. And then, date. We're going to write 8 for August. 26 for the date itself, Wednesday the 26th, and then 20 for 2020. Okay, we're continuing looking at timelines, and as I've said over the past couple of days, timelines are incredibly important. They help us keep track of important events that happen in our life. They help us keep track of how our day should go, how our lives have gone so far, how history has gone, how the day cycle works, things like that. So timelines can be incredibly important, all right? And today we're going to look at a timeline about getting ready for school, all right? And I know right now that's a bit of a silly thing to talk about because, getting ready for school. What does that look like in today's world? Well, I mean, some people are rolling out of bed in their pajamas and they're hopping on YouTube and that's the end. Some people are dressing in their uniforms and they are doing their packets at the kitchen table. That's absolutely fine too. Okay, but let's say right now we're going to pretend that this worksheet doesn't know that we're in the middle of all of this craziness. Okay, we are just focusing on what a regular school day would look like. Okay, so we're going to start right here at the beginning. So we're getting ready for school. And this girl, she wakes up. That's the first action on her timeline. She then gets dressed. I get dressed, that's what it says. I eat breakfast. Okay? Then I go to school. So those are her 4 main activities that she does on her timeline before she gets to school. She wakes up, she gets dressed, she eats breakfast, and then she goes to school. So let's go ahead and look at number 1. What does this girl do before school? A. She eats lunch. B. She eats breakfast. Or C. She eats dinner. Okay, she eats lunch, she eats breakfast, she eats dinner. Those are our choices. Let's go ahead and look at the line real quick, though, and see if there's anything about lunch, breakfast, or dinner on there. Okay, so she wakes up, she gets dressed, I eat breakfast, she says. Ooh, wait a second. She just said that I eat breakfast. So it doesn't say anything about lunch, and it doesn't say anything about dinner. So she eats what, everybody? Breakfast. So we're going to circle B for breakfast. She eats breakfast. Alright. Question number 2 is entirely on you, okay? It's such an easy question, but I would love to see you guys get creative with it. And here's the question. It's asking you to draw a picture of one thing you do before school. Okay, so maybe you wake up, maybe you get dressed, maybe you eat breakfast. Okay, maybe you play some Fortnite before you get to school. Maybe you pick your nose before you get to go to school. I don't know. I don't know what everybody's morning routine is. So I would love to see a picture of what happens before you get to school. What's one thing you do before you get here? Okay, it's entirely up to you. Get as creative as possible. All right, I can't wait to see what's going to happen with this page. But as of now, that is the end of our social studies lesson for now. Okay, the rest of the time is on you to draw that picture for me. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about timelines, though, or maybe needing some ideas for what to draw, please let me know over Class Dojo, and I will provide whatever help I can. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next lesson. Stay strong, stay safe, stay positive. Mr. Flanders here, and we are looking at day 3 of science, and continuing with our theme of looking at life science, we're going to continue studying about things that are alive and not alive. So please pull out our day 3 worksheet for science, and I'll see you in just a second while I'm setting up. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into day 3. Flanders, that is a weird R that I just wrote. Not as good as that one. And then our date. We're going to write it using digits. 8, 26, 20. The 8 stands for August. The 26 stands for Wednesday, the 26th. And then here is the 20 for 2020. We are continuing talking about living things and non-living things. Today we're going to talk about plants a little bit. If you remember, we were talking about plants a day or so ago, about how they're kind of different than animals and people. They really don't need food like we need food to live. They usually get their nutrients, their sustenance, the stuff that helps them. They get it from like sunlight and water and soil. So let's go ahead though, and I'm going to read you this little passage. I'd like you to follow along with me if you can. And then we're going to answer question 1 and question 2. All right. Maria has a plant. It is in a sunny window. She asks her brother to water it. She looks at it 2 days later. The plant looks bad. Its leaves are brown. Maria thinks her brother forgot to water it. Oh no. So Maria has a plant, it's in a sunny window. She asks her brother to take care of it for her, to water it. She looks at it a couple days later, and the plant doesn't look that great, guys. Its leaves are brown, and it's like this. And Maria thinks that her brother forgot to water it. Alright, let's look at question 1. What makes Maria think her brother forgot to water her plant? The leaves are brown. The plant isn't in the window anymore. The plant looks good. The leaves are green. So what happened in the story that might have made Maria feel like her brother wasn't watering the plant? Did she take it, or I'm sorry, did her brother take it out of the window? No, it didn't say anything about that. Does it say the plant looks good in there? I didn't hear that. And the leaves, well, leaves aren't green. We know that because it says right here, the plant looks bad. Its leaves are brown. So what makes Maria think her brother forgot to water her plant? The leaves are brown. That would be the answer. I'm going to circle that. And keep in mind, guys, if a plant doesn't have the food that it needs, it is going to turn brown and it is going to start falling away. And like this plant right here, I mean, it doesn't look that great, does it? It looks like it's kind of falling apart. The flower here is leaning over. It's just not a good picture. It's because it wasn't taken care of properly. So now number 2, it's going to ask us, what is a question that Maria could ask about her plant? Now, this question, it's something that Maria could do, but what I want you guys to do is come up with a question for Maria that she can maybe ask her brother about the plant. Or maybe, if she has a question about how to make it better. All right? It is your question to give Maria. It is entirely up to you. You can write whatever you want. But be creative with it and be careful with how you write on the lines. There's only 2 lines, so don't write too big. But yeah, that is going to be our science lesson for the day. All right, just to recap, Maria had a plant and she was taking care of it, and she had her brother take care of it, and it started looking like this. So now we've got to figure out what is a question that Maria could ask about her plant. Alright guys, I'm going to get running. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. Otherwise, I will catch up with you in the next lesson. Stay safe.